Alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. This is about the question that you sent via email. I hope you can hear me because of the wind in the background. But there are a number of narrations which describe the people of Jannah, male, female, children. Okay. Now, when it comes to a man's wives, they have been described in Jannah. Now, some of these wives are his wives that he had in the dunya, and they've made it to Jannah. And some of these wives are wives that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has created for him, and they are known as the Hurul Ain. Now, the description of the Hurul Ain is they are extremely reserved, and they are only private for him. So some of them, he will find them in tents. Some of them, he will find them in palaces. Some of them, he will find them in his home. And they will not look at anyone else. They will not talk to anyone else. They will not leave the premises. They are only for him. Therefore, those narrations which talk about wives who do not look at each other or cannot be seen, etc., they are talking about the Hurul Ain. As for people that lived in this dunya, then they will have whatever they want as a reward in Jannah. لَهُمْ مَا يَشَاءُونَ عِنْدَ رَبِّهِمْ, as Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, they will have whatever they want with their Lord. No one will be prevented. There are no restrictions in Jannah. Therefore, a woman is able to live however she wants to live her life in Jannah. So there are no restrictions. That's the second thing we have to understand. The third thing we have to understand is Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has described some of the rewards for men, some of the rewards for women, but those rewards are recompense for what they used to do in the life of this dunya. These are the best rewards that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has in store for them, because it has some kind of connection and correlation to the deed that they used to do. I'll give you an example. People who used to fast, obligatory fast, optional fasts, it will be said to them on the Day of Judgment, eat and drink as much as you want. Because they used to refrain from food and drink, a reward which is similar to the action that they used to do will be granted to them. So we now have to understand that the description that has been given to the reward for men, such as them having hur, etc., and women not getting that, there is a reason and a hikmah for it. Then the next thing that we have to understand, connected to what I've just said there, is that the rewards will never have any kind of jealousy connected to it. One of the biggest things that we have to understand for the people of Jannah is that they will enter in the Jannah and their hearts will be clean. So whatever reward has been given to them, there's no jealousy towards it. Like, a person will be on the lowest level of Jannah and he might know somebody in the highest level of Jannah. He's not going to think to himself, oh, I wish I was in the highest level. It's not fair. Everyone will be dealt with justly, and even the kuffar, when they go into the fire, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala even describes how they will admit what they have done is wrong in so many ayat in the Quran. Therefore, no one will test or contest, should I say, their position in the akhirah. Everyone is going to accept what Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has given to them as recompense, and there's not going to be any kind of enmity or hatred or a feeling of unduly done by once the command has been given. Therefore, there's a few things that we have to understand. Some of these narrations talk about the whole lane, some of them talk about the humans. Some of these narrations talk about a particular action that a person has done, and Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is going to reward him for that action or her for that action. And then we have to understand also is that these rewards are not going to come with any kind of resentment. Rather, they're going to come with appreciation, because that person will know that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has favoured them, meaning his deeds. When he enters into Jannah and he sees the rewards and the delights, he will understand himself that there's nothing that he has done that can deserve what he has been given, except Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has had mercy on him and favoured him beyond what he has done in his deeds. So hopefully this answers your questions. Ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala that he makes the people for those that are out there. هذا والله أعلم. السلام عليكم ورحمة الله.